ऑलराईट. सो आपण मागच्या वेळेस काय बघितलं? आपण मागच्या वेळेस बघितलं की जेव्हा एक व्हेकल किंवा एक कार एक टर्न घेतली along a curved road, then the necessary centripetal force is provided by the static force of friction between the tire and the road surface, right? And we derived the formula V is equal to square root of mu s rg. That was the maximum speed with which the vehicle can be safely driven, right? Okay. If the speed exceeds beyond this speed, then the vehicle will skid away. That means the force of friction won't be enough to keep the vehicle on the circular track. That means there is a limit to which I can drive a vehicle on that road, right? But what if I want to increase the speed of the vehicle, or I want to drive the vehicle with a greater speed along that curved surface? So what should be done? So here comes the process of banking of the road. Now what is banking of the road? Last time we saw that the road was like this. Now it was coming like this and it was getting curved like this and then going back again like this. Now banking of road means what? It will be the process of raising the outer edge of the road compared to the inner edge. That means the road will be tilted like this. The road surface itself will be tilted like this. Okay. So during the curvature, the road surface will be like this. So there will be some angle of the road surface with the horizontal. So as you can see, this is the angle made by the road surface with the horizontal. So this will be the road surface. It will be tilted with the horizontal as long as it is curved. Fine. So this is nothing but called as the banking of the road. The process of raising the outer edge of the road as compared to the inner edge by some angle is called as banking of road. Okay. Now, how will the vehicle look on the banked road? It will look like this. So as you can see, this is a small toy car which represents our vehicle, and this book will represent our road. So if the road is flat, it was like this initially. It was getting turned like this, and the vehicle was moving along the road. Now the road itself will be tilted like this, and hence the vehicle will look like this on the tilted road. Okay, this is called as the banked road. Now see, how does this help us in giving additional amount of centripetal force? In giving additional amount of centripetal force. Okay, look here. So I have drawn this diagram. Now this is the back view of the vehicle. So as you can see, if you see the vehicle from your end, you will see only these two tires, the rear two tires, right? Rear two tires. Right. So this is the vehicle that I have shown over here. These are the two tires, the rear tires, and the front two tires are in front of it. Fine. Okay. Now, as you can see, this curvature will have certain center, right? Because it is a curve of some circle, so it will have certain center. So I have shown that this is the center of that curvature. Our vehicle is on the banked road, taking a curve along that curved path or curved circular path. Okay, yeah. Now look here. In the first case, we will not make use of the frictional force. In the first case, we will not make use of the friction force, or you can suppose that the friction force is absent. Okay, yeah. Now look here, and hence we will not show the friction force in our first case. So if I don't make use of the friction force, then the speed will be the safest speed that we can drive on the curved road, because we are not using the unreliable force that was frictional force, and hence the speed will come out to be the safest speed, or it is also called as optimum speed. Fine. Okay. Now we'll talk about the forces acting on the vehicle. Now, as you can see, this is the banked road. This is the angle of banking. This is the center of that curved path. I have the radius of the center will be measured from the center itself to the bottom of the center of mass, or from the center to the center of mass of this vehicle. Okay. Now the force, gravitational force acting on the vehicle will be shown downwards, starting from its center of mass or center of gravity. It will be mg. Now n will be what? N will be the normal reaction by the road on the vehicle. and it has to be, so it has to be perpendicular to the road surface. So as you can see, this is the normal reaction on the vehicle which is perpendicular to the road surface. So over here I will resolve this normal force on the vehicle into two components. One is vertical component and the other is horizontal component. Fine. So if this is theta, by geometry you can easily prove that this angle is also theta. And hence the adjacent component will be called as, will be n cos theta. The other component will be obviously n sin theta. Here n cos theta will balance mg. So n cos theta will be equal to mg. The unbalanced force n sin theta will be our centripetal force, because we know that circular motion is not possible without a centripetal force. So over here, who is acting as a centripetal force, or which force is acting as centripetal force? The n sin theta component is acting as the centripetal force, because it is along the radius towards the center. So, and what is the formula for centripetal force again? mv square upon r, where m is the mass of the vehicle, v is the speed of the vehicle, and r is the radius of the curvature. So, and hence I have written n sin theta is equal to mv square upon r, right? Okay. Fine. Now, put this equation number 1, this equation number 2 will do 2 divided by 1. N and n will get cancelled. Sin theta upon cos theta will be tan theta. M and m will get cancelled. It on right hand side we will have v square upon rg, since we are doing 2 divided by 1. Okay. Yeah. So from this we will get v as rg will come here, and I will get square root if I take square root on both sides. So vs will be square root of rg tan theta. Why I have named this vs? Because we are saying that this is the most safe speed, or it will be also called as optimum speed, v suffix naught, or if you write most safe speed, you have to write v suffix s. So the safest speed will be square root of rg tan theta. Okay. Now the angle of banking will be what? It will be tan, from this equation, tan inverse of vs square upon rg, because this is the safest speed. Fine. So theta will be equal to tan inverse of vs square upon rg. Fine. Once again, why it is called as the safest speed? Because over here, if you ride the vehicle, if you are riding the vehicle or driving the vehicle with this particular speed, then you will not be using the friction force at all. You will be not using the friction force at all, and hence it is called as the safest speed. Fine. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So this is the safest speed. Now, what will happen? Now, suppose if I put some values over here, suppose there is a certain radius of curvature, g has some value, suppose 9.8, and there is some angle of banking, and this calculation comes out to be, suppose, I don't know, 80 kilometers per hour. Right? This calculation comes out to be 80 kilometers per hour. So that means if you are driving with 80 kilometers per hour, that will be the safest speed. During that speed, you won't be using the frictional force, the force of static friction. Getting this? Okay. Fine. But what if I am driving with a speed lesser than the safe speed? I am driving with the speed lesser than the safe speed. So in that case, now let us say that there is no friction along this direction. With 80 km per hour, we were not making use of the friction force anyhow. Fine. But if my speed becomes lesser than 80 km per hour, if my speed is lesser than 80 km per hour, then my vehicle will skid down in the absence of friction. Then my vehicle will skid down. Okay? Now, in the presence of friction, my vehicle will tend to skid down, but it is the frictional force that will oppose its motion of going down, of skidding down. Okay? And hence, if my speed is lesser than the safest speed, then my vehicle will tend to skid down. The frictional force direction will now be in the opposite direction. The frictional force will act in the opposite direction. Right? It will prevent it from skidding down. Okay? Right now we'll talk about when the speed is lesser than the safest speed. Then afterwards we'll talk about when the speed is greater than the safest speed. Okay? So over here we'll talk about now minimum speed. what is the minimum speed that I can drive. Okay, now again R speed, let us say now R speed is V1, and now that V1 speed is less than the safest speed Vs. Now as we discussed, the vehicle will tend to skid down as it is moving along the road because the speed is less than the safest speed, and hence the friction force, the static friction force will act in the opposite direction to prevent it from skidding down, and hence its direction is over here. As you can see, I have denoted it by Fs. Okay, Fs for static friction. Now over here, now along with these forces, I also have frictional force. Now once again, this entire diagram, this part of the diagram is same as this, but addition I have Fs in this direction. Now again I will resolve this Fs. Now okay, this Fs into two components, fine, horizontal component and vertical component. So as you can see, if this is theta, this will be also theta. These are corresponding angles. So again, the component of any vector adjacent to theta is the cos theta component. So over here, this component will be, horizontal component will be Fs cos theta. The other component is obviously Fs sin theta. Now the equations will change slightly. Now over here, look here, this mg is now balanced by two forces, n cos theta and Fs sin theta. Okay, so I am writing mg as n cos theta plus Fs sin theta. Done? Okay. Now again, centripetal force must be there. Now over here, the centripetal force should be obviously towards the center, but here I have two forces in this direction. One is n sin theta and other is Fs cos theta. So the net force in this direction towards the center will be n sin theta minus Fs cos theta, and that will provide me the centripetal force, and that is nothing but mv1 square by r, and hence mv1 square by r is nothing but n sin theta minus Fs cos theta. Now again we'll perform the same operation as before, 2 divided by 1, 2 divided by 1, fine, okay. Now over here, m and m will get cancelled, so we are left with v1 square upon rg. On right hand side I have n sin theta minus Fs cos theta divided by n cos theta plus Fs sin theta. Getting this? Okay. Yeah. Now look this equation carefully. Now for a lesser speed, there will be a different Fs. Right? Now since this is minus and over here I have plus, hence if I take V as minimum, there will be a minimum limit to which the vehicle can be driven. Beyond that minimum limit, again the vehicle will skid down because Fs won't be enough to stop it from skidding down. We have already talked that the static force of friction has a maximum limit. Getting this? And that is mu s into n. Okay. So beyond that limit, it won't be able to provide the necessary opposing force. Beyond that limit, this vehicle will skid down. So from this equation, as you can see, for minimum velocity, Fs will be maximum. Because over in the numerator I have minus of Fs cos theta, and in the denominator I have plus Fs of cos theta. So if F, as you can see, if F go on increasing, the numerator will go on decreasing and the denominator will go on increasing, and hence this term will also go on decreasing. So as Fs is increasing, V is decreasing, or you can say this will be much better. As velocity is lesser and lesser, Fs is greater and greater. Okay? Okay. But there is a limit to which Fs can be greater, that is mu s into n, and hence there is a limit to which V can be lesser. Okay? There is a limit to which Fs can be maximum, and hence there is a limit to which V can be minimum. So for minimum velocity, the corresponding Fs will be maximum. Right? And hence for V1 is equal to V minimum, I have written Fs is equal to Fs max, and that is nothing but mu s into n. Right? Okay. So instead of V1, if I put V minimum, instead of Fs, I have to put Fs max, and that's when its value is mu s into n. And hence V minimum square upon Rg will be n sin theta minus Fs max value, that is mu s into n. Mu s into n cos theta upon n cos theta plus mu s into n sin of theta. Clear? Getting this? Okay, fine. Yeah. Now I am taking out n cos theta from the numerator as well as the denominator on the right hand side. So taking n cos theta from the numerator, I will be left with inside sin theta upon cos theta will come, right? Because from sin theta I am taking out cos theta. That will make it tan theta. Or reverse, you can think about tan theta is nothing but sin theta upon cos theta. If I multiply it by again cos theta, I will get again sin theta. And hence taking out n cos theta in the bracket, I am left with tan theta minus mu s. Okay, n cos theta has been taken out. In the denominator again n cos theta is out, so I will be left with 1 plus mu s tan theta. Okay, yeah. So n cos theta and n cos theta will get cancelled. Rg will go on the right hand side. Okay, so taking square root on both hand sides, we will be left with V minimum is equal to square root of Rg in bracket tan theta minus mu s upon tan theta plus mu s. Okay, okay. I made a mistake over here. It should be what? One plus mu s tan theta. Fine. Okay. So this is the minimum velocity with which we can drive on that vehicle. If the velocity is lesser than this velocity, the vehicle will skid down as it is moving along the road. It will skid down. Getting this? Okay. Now what if mu s is equal to tan theta or greater than tan theta? So if mu s is equal to tan theta minus tan theta will be 0. So V minimum will be 0. That means even V minimum 0 is allowed, so that the vehicle still doesn't skid down. So as you can see, even if the vehicle's velocity is 0, the vehicle will not skid down. Why? Because over here mu s, that is the static friction of force between the tires and the road, is greater than tan theta. Fine, but mu s will have certain value, right? So if tan theta, if this theta goes on increasing, that means tan theta will also go on increasing. And if that tan theta value exceeds mu s value, then the vehicle will skid down. So look here. At some, I'm just rising the angle. So at some angle it will skid down. Getting this? And hence, if so, for this condition, if mu s is greater than or equal to tan theta, I can have V minimum equal to 0. With even 0 velocity, it will not skid down. Getting this? So this was about minimum speed limit for a vehicle on a banked road. Now we'll talk about maximum speed limit. Okay, now once again, over here, if the velocity is greater than Vs, that is the most safe velocity, in the absence of frictional force, the vehicle will now skid up. If the velocity is greater than Vs, the vehicle will skid up. But who will prevent it from skidding up? The frictional force again. Fine? Okay. Now, hence, for velocity, let us say this velocity is V2. For V2, it should be greater. For V2 greater than Vs. For V2 greater than Vs, the vehicle will tend to skid up, or without, in the absence of frictional force, it will literally skid up. But in the presence of frictional force, it will still tend to skid up, but the friction force will oppose its motion of skidding up, and hence the frictional force now will act in the downward direction. Fine? Now, as before, this part of the diagram is same as this part. In addition to that, I have frictional force in the downward direction. Again, I am resolving this friction force into two components, horizontal component and vertical component. If this is theta, this will be also theta, because these are alternate angles. The component closer to theta is cos theta component, and hence this is Fs cos theta. The other component is Fs sin theta. Now over here, as you can see, what will be the equation? Downward forces are mg and Fs sin theta. That will be balanced by n cos theta, and hence mg plus Fs sin theta is equal to n cos theta. Now there are two forces in this direction towards the center, right? And hence they both in addition will provide the centripetal force, and hence mv2 square by r will be equal to n sin theta plus Fs cos theta. Right? Over here I have taken mg on one side and the rest of the things on right hand side. Again I have two equations, 2 divided by 1 I will do. So over here v2 square upon rg is nothing but n sin theta plus Fs cos theta upon n cos theta minus Fs sin theta. Now from this equation again, look here, for a greater velocity right hand sides Fs should be greater. Here it is plus Fs cos theta, here it is minus Fs sin theta. So for a greater velocity, if you observe carefully, Fs should be greater. Greater velocity, Fs should be greater. Now we know that if I go on, if the velocity is more and more, Fs also should be more and more from that equation. But again we know that there is a maximum limit to which Fs can increase, and hence there will be a maximum limit to which V can increase. Fine? And hence for V2 to be V max, the corresponding Fs should be Fs max, and that is nothing but mu s into n. So instead of V2, if I put V max, so instead of Fs I should put Fs max, and that's value is mu s into n. Now again, performing the same operations as here, you will get V max square upon Rg is equal to n cos theta I have taken out upon n cos theta in bracket tan theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s tan theta you will get. Okay, n cos theta will get cancelled. V max will be nothing but from this equation square root of Rg tan theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s tan theta. So this is the equation for maximum velocity. If my vehicle exceeds this velocity, then it will skid up. Right? Okay. Again, for a special case, if this term mu s into tan theta is greater than or equal to 1, what will happen? If this itself is equal to 1, then 1 minus 1 will be 0. So maximum velocity will be infinity, because in the denominator I have 0. So V max will be infinite. And hence, for this particular case, mu s tan theta, this product mu s to 1, the maximum velocity can be infinite. Get this? Okay. So this was all about banking of road and its equations for the safest speed, minimum speed, and maximum speed. Right? Okay. Now look here, in both the cases, if Fs was absent, I should get back the same equation. No? So over here, if Fs is 0, this term will go away. Again, I have n and n will get cancelled. I have sin theta upon cos theta is tan theta. So again, I will be left with V is nothing but square root of Rg tan theta. Even over here, if Fs is absent, I should get back the same equations as this. So Fs is 0, so these terms will go away. So V2 will be nothing but square root of Rg tan theta. Getting this? So put the heading vehicle on a banked road. You first put the heading vehicle on a banked road, then write down banking of road, and then write down the process of raising the outer edge of the road as compared to the inner edge, or the process of raising the outer edge of the road with respect to the inner edge is called as banking of road. And in the next line write down the angle made by the surface of the road with the horizontal is called as angle of banking. Right? Okay. And then you can write down, let m be the mass of the vehicle along a curved banked road, r is the radius of the circular motion, v is the speed of the car. Fine. And then you can put the heading A, most safe speed Vs or optimum speed V0. Under this heading, you draw this diagram. Okay, and then you can show and then you can write from the figure and then continue this part. Okay, so once this part is over, you put the heading minimum speed limit, C minimum speed limit. Then you can draw this diagram. Now over here you can write down, let the velocity of the car be V1 and let V1 be less than Vs. In this case, the friction force will act in the upward direction along the road. And then you can write down from the figure as shown and write down these things. After you are done with these things, you can then put the heading maximum speed limit. Over here, you can again draw the diagram and write down, let the velocity of the vehicle be V2 and let V2 be greater than Vs. Then you can write down over here, the frictional force will act along the road in the downward direction. And from the figure, then you continue these things. Okay? So I hope you have understood everything about banking of roads. So, thank you.